Philippine Senate committee is due to begin voting on which of the 3 impeachment complaints to take up against President Gloria Arroyo. The opposition alleges that Arroyo tried to fix last year's elections. The committee consists of many Arroyo loyalists and could take days to make its decision, after which the lower house will vote on it. 1/3 of the lower house needs to agree before impeachment can take place. For more, we're joined now by Ruben Mondeja, Associate Professor with Department of Management at City University of Hong Kong. Professor, good to see you again. Does it look like Congress, dominated by Arroyo loyalists, will choose the weakest of the 3 impeachment cases against President Arroyo?
Well, I think if she is wise, she should try to talk to them to get it going. And yes, I think the one that has the best chance, I think, is the election rigging. That probably is the best chance in which she can put on a brave face, rather than the gambling. That's not really her. That's her family. And then the bribery, that's very difficult to prove, and there really have not been substantial evidence coming up. But I think the election rigging, she has partly acknowledged it, and she has asked that she be given the chance to respond to the charges. So I think she should talk to her minions in the lower house of Congress to let the proceedings begin, to avert any public anger that might spill into the streets.
Do you think they'll listen to her?
I think if she speaks to them, because, it's like a double-edged sword for these congressmen, because they know that if she is impeached, they will lose the benefits that they're deriving because she is in power. But I think she can explain to them that she's going to win this battle. She has been, going against all odds. She's been able to hang by a very thin line, political lifeline, and she continues to hang on.
How fragile does she look at this stage? I mean, you say she continues to hang on to a political lifeline. In terms of cards she can use, what options is she left with?
Well, she is using the benefit that the middle class are really people power fatigued. So they have not reached the tipping point, so to speak. So she is counting on that. And also 2 other things. You see, the currency is holding on. The stock market is also holding on. So in other words, if you come to economics, she has not really disappointed the economy so much. We cannot say that she has brought enthusiasm to the economy, but at least she's holding on, and I think that's where she's come. She's able to deliver something, not everything, but something.
There's a lot of talk, a lot of rumors that she might have a hand in perhaps delaying the value-added tax, because by putting it in place, that would instill more anger in the streets, and that would be bad for her. What are you hearing on your end? Is that a rumor?
I think that not just a rumor. I think many people have, in Manila itself, many people knowledgeable, close to the justices, have spoken about this. And it's not like an implausible scenario. But now that's already more than a month gone, almost 2 months now. So I think the 2%, it's from 10% to 12%. So, and that was the big boost to her economic reform program, to have been able to pass that law. And when that was downgraded by the Supreme Court justices, you see the ratings houses downgraded her as well to lower than investment grade. So I think now is the time to keep that back on track, so that, again, she can really show that she has some mettle, and that also the investors can really bank on something that, they're not afraid that there'll be a budget deficit that will be so huge.
How will Arroyo want the Supreme Court to act in terms of the decision this week?
Well, publicly, of course, she cannot try to influence them, but I think what she can do is really speak about the benefits of having the VAT back in place. And I think if that's how she takes this issue, then she might be able to paint a brighter economic picture that might convince the justices, that it's better to keep the VAT again back in place.
Professor, as always, thank you very much for your insights. Ruben Mondeja is with City University of Hong Kong.